Welcome, my friends. Good evening. And tonight is all about the silent conversations we have in our head. You know, those thoughts we have in the morning. Really, I'm speaking to female business owners out there because that's me. That's my wheelhouse. Because we wake up in the morning and there's already a conversation going on. It's like, oh God, another day. What if I fail? Oh, what's going to be different today? I would love to create that post today. I would love to do this today. And these are, hello, Zoro, my friend. And I would love to do this, a list of things we would love to do. And we're always having this conversation. I should chase that, I should contact that lead. I should send that off for that invoice. Oh my God, that's been 2 weeks already. And it's just a constant churning of noise and voice in our head. And these conversations are never positive. They are very rarely about positive. If this resonates with you, just let me know, because that was me. I used to have this conversation in my head. It's Wednesday. I was supposed to send those emails. I haven't sent them. I was supposed to create that content. I haven't done it. That newsletter. I was supposed to come look at my website and look at the funnel, and literally, I will literally churn and walk myself into a frenzy. Nothing gets done. I call them silent conversations. Literally, the ones we have in our head that nobody literally knows about. Because when you say, "Oh, how you doing?" "I'm fine." "Oh yeah, business is good." Yeah, you got a lot of things, but inside you're shriveled up and you're like dying slowly. And those are the things that hold us up in our business. Those are the things that stop us from doing those actions we need to take. Those are the things that stop us to basically, because let's be honest, work started a business for a reason. To live our purpose, to live the life we want, and to give us the time and freedom we want, products we love to share with the world. And we know we're good at it. But then there's the but there's a fear, but I'm not good enough. But even though you have excelled your 9 to 5 job, you have become a manager, senior manager, almost a director level, and then because you're doing your own business, it's like it's almost like there's this internal war going on between you and you. Does this make any sense, my friends? If it makes sense, just drop me one in the comment. I was worrying with myself. When I wake up in the morning to die and go to bed, it was a constant argument with me and me. There was this noise. There was conversations going on in my head with me and me, and then what I was having in real life. And none of them they were also disjointed and so out of alignment. And that's what I want to talk about today. Is those silent conversations, those thoughts that keep us stuck, that keep us where we are, not making any money, or our income ceiling has literally hit a wall, as they call it, it's a ceiling. The income ceiling, and it's not going anywhere. And that's because all this noise, all this talk we have with ourselves, they're never pleasant talks. It's almost condemnation, guilt, shame, self-loathing, doubt, fear, more fear. And that's what we do with ourselves constantly. And it's not because we mean to do it. It's just habit. It is a habit. It is also a fear of, okay, now I cannot hide behind a 9 to 5. I cannot hide behind the company's policy. I cannot hide behind my manager. I cannot hide behind XYZ. I am now out here in my own. This is my business. I'm the front face, I'm the face, the center, and everything about this business. I have nowhere to go. Then the noise just gets so loud. It's not because the noise wasn't there before. In a 9 to 5 job, the noise was there, but there was way you can kind of subdue the noise. You can literally subdue the noise by, oh, it's the company policy, oh, it's does, and then we got all these little excuses that help us to negate the noise. Here, because now you're out in your own, yes, it's your own self, only you, there's nothing to hide behind. The noise is now like, you cannot hide it. You literally can't hide that noise. And that's why the noise gets so loud, it stops you from taking action. It stops you from living that. I call them business, they kill your dreams. But it's also understanding where these voices are coming from. Why now? Literally, why now? So I said, there's nowhere for them to hide. There's nowhere to go, right? Does this make any sense, my friends? There's nowhere for your voice to go because you are not in your business for yourself by yourself. There's nowhere to hide. You cannot hide behind your corporate anything because you are the corporation. And that's what we're going to be talking about in the next 30 minutes. That's what we're going to talk about. How it starts, why it starts, and how you can move on, and how you can understand it, and what you can do. Because that's what I help business owners do, understand what that noise is all about, where the noise is coming from. And often it's not noise. I wouldn't call it noise. Actually, your protection mechanism is protecting you. Your body is designed to protect you. As I always saw in my life, your body will always, its number one job is to keep you safe. Regardless of what else is going on, Your body's job is to keep you safe. And that's what it's doing, just keeping you safe. Because whatever you're trying to do, it's not used to it. So far as it's concerned, you haven't done this before. So it's like, no, I'm not playing this game with you. I haven't done this before. So therefore, I'm not going to do it. But it's understanding that. So you're not beating yourself up. You're not giving yourself a name. Because all these names and all these labels and all this stuff we give ourselves have a funny way of sticking. And I remember my mentor saying to me, the person that says that sticks and stone can break me, but words cannot hurt me, or something like one of those. She said that is the most nonsensical, not stupidest thing someone has ever said, because words actually do hurt. I say, yeah, I know, but I don't think the person that actually started that rhyme or whatever it is had the awareness of what they were saying. They said it because back in the day, all you can think is the physical. Nobody ever talk about all the emotional, all the name calling that you get, how that impacts you. Oh yeah, you are lazy. Oh, you're stupid. Oh, who said you can do that? Oh yeah. Oh, you're not pretty enough. You're not handsome enough. You're not white enough. You're not black enough. You're not enough. At least you're not enough of anything. How does we absorb all those information as children, even as young adults, even as big adults? We take that on because someone we looked up to said something, and we embody all this stuff. And it all plays a part in all this noise that goes on in our head. Now we're stepping out to be our own person. You're your own boss, you got your own business, then all the after then gremlins, they just come out, they come out in full force. It's understanding that. And that's what I call silent conversations. So silent conversations, let me start off this slideshow. My friend, good evening. As I said, silent conversations live, it giving that your inner thoughts a voice. Because those inner thoughts, as I said, this your thoughts, your inner thoughts or your thoughts did not come from nowhere. Everything has a root, everything has a cause, everything starts from somewhere. It's understanding where they start, how they started, and how you too can. Sorry, guys, in case I'm just on Zoom and you gotta minimize the screen so you're taking up too much space. Yeah. So it's understanding where your inner voice comes from, all those self-talk, all those silent conversations you have with yourself. You're like, oh my God, oh, why did I send that? Or you call yourself all these names. As I said, it's almost you beat yourself up with a baseball bat all the time. And I say, you're not alone. Thousands of women, men, founders, CEOs do it all the time. It's almost like it's a part of business nobody talks about. Nobody talks about that kind of, well, let's see in those kind of like intimate masterminds or in a one-to-one coaching session or in a one-to-one counseling session. Nobody talks about those inner conversations because it's almost like it's shameful. It's almost like, how dare me say that? How dare me not believe in myself? You have never, ever sat down to question this. All this conversation we have with ourselves. I was good at it. I was always told, oh my God, what makes you think you can do that? Oh, you're not XYZ. You're not this. And I'm like, whoa. But I didn't even know. I just thought, oh yeah, they say I'm not good enough. So therefore, I'm not good enough. Or they say I'm not pretty enough. They say I'm not XYZ enough. So I just took it on. But until I started my psychotherapy training, and as part of the training, you need to go through, as they say, you can't be a counselor without being counseled, and that counselor going through your own, starting off your own stuff. And they said my counselor was challenging me. Okay, all this stuff you're talking about, who said? Oh yeah, okay. Have you ever challenged that? How is it true? I didn't have an answer. I said, have you ever questioned this? He said, yeah, the man has said that maybe one day you were too tired, you can't be bothered, and all of a sudden you become lazy, and now you think you are lazy, or because you did that. And these are the things. No, thank you, my friend. Thank you. And these are said, and all these things you're telling yourself, you're a failure, you're not good enough, you're not pretty. He said, have you ever sat down to challenge any of these conversations? No? Are they true? Until someone literally forces you to look at all the stuff you're giving you, all those data you're giving yourself, and you always assume it's true because they come from our mom's dad, your teacher, if sometimes your priest will say something, people just make throwaway comments. Oh, Louis is, oh, hello. Hi, Louis. Sorry, I had to keep you waiting. I just saw you. Sometimes we embody all these conversations, all these false beliefs about us. And we have never, if you don't question it, it becomes part of who you are. Literally, if you don't question it, it's like, oh yeah, or the time I'm lazy, so therefore I'm lazy. No, you're not. Maybe one time, one day, you were so tired you just couldn't be bothered to do what they're asking you to do, or you took your time to do it. All of a sudden, you're not lazy. You're not a failure. You are not all this stuff. Because you are not. Because look at your life. Look at all the things you have succeeded in doing. You run your own home. You got a job. You started a business. So how is that a lazy person's trademark? Yeah, okay, maybe you're not quite hitting the numbers, but that doesn't mean you're lazy. And that's also because you have not embodied all this stuff. You have made it yours. It's not yours. All this stuff is not yours, my friend. And that's what silent conversations are. All this noise that we have embodied and we thought, okay, it's mine. Okay. And that's what's keeping us small. And that's what we don't talk about. And that's what coaching sessions help you to do. And that's why I help you we excavate all these beliefs, all this stuff you're talking about. Okay, let's dissect it and let's open it out. And there's an awareness and the freedom that goes, it wasn't even mine. And because it's not yours, your body can't process it. And that's what anxiety, that's about anxiety. People get anxious, but they're trying to process someone else's emotion. Your emotion you can process. The things that comes from you can process it and get rid of it. Think about it. All the stuff you are exactly. But that's the thing, Crumbs. All the things we're holding on to, I promise you that 99% of it doesn't belong to you. And that's why your body is struggling to get rid of it, because you have got to learn. As I say to people, you don't come to my session and take more stuff on. I want you to, yes, you are releasing stuff. You are literally getting rid of. Get rid. Because I want you to get rid of the crap that doesn't belong to you so we can process what belongs to you. Yes, that's what we do in my sessions. I help you understand that all this stuff you're carrying, it doesn't belong to you. So therefore, let's get rid. Back to sender with love, with joy, with peace. Let them go process their stuff. You can process your stuff. And that it is as simple as that. I promise you. It's not complicated. It's not rocket science. Send it back it's back to sender with love. So you can deal with the stuff you have taken on or created for yourself. And the rest you just say, no, thank you. And that's what the whole thing about silent conversation comes in. And it kills businesses. It kills your dreams. It kills your relationship. As I say to people, it sucks the air out of the room. But if you're not aware of it, you think, oh, it's my fault. It's all mine. And that's what I'm helping. And that's today's talk. So here we go. Slideshow here. As I say, because I'm an anxiety coach, right? Well, anxiety doesn't look like anxiety. Nobody wakes up in the morning and thinking, oh, I'm anxious. You don't think, thanks, darling. Thank you so much. You don't think you're anxious. You don't wake up in the morning thinking you're anxious. As a business owner, you wake up in the morning thinking, I've money to pay my bills this month. That email I need to send. It's all the tasks that you need to do to get your business. That's what goes on in your brain. That's what goes on. You don't wake up in the morning and say, oh yeah, I think I'm anxious today. Now you wake up in the morning just thinking, oh, my that to-do list has nothing has happened. And the small talk starts. Because this is what anxiety looks like. Open tab, close tab. You open a tab and with the best intention, you sit down, you got your list, your to-do list, or sometimes if you're like me, you have a calendar and you write on your calendar, you got all these things you need to do on your calendar, because you get one like this. You got your list, it's all nice and done. You're ready to go. And then 11 o'clock. Yeah, okay. Then you write an email, you ask chat, or you talk to Claude, or you talk to the AI system, or you say, okay, you write the email, you delete it, and then you write it, and you're just thinking, okay. And then okay, I think I'm finally happy with that. Do you send that email? No, you don't send the email. Then you say, okay, let me think about what I need to send. I don't think that sounds right. If this is ringing any bells, please drop me a one in the comment, my friends. Louis, is this sounding like you? Is this ringing on YouTube? Drop me a line. Maybe just drop me a one and say, yeah, this sounds like me, because I've done this. Then I've gone to Facebook and like, okay, now, I'm following that person. Oh my God, they made money. They're taking all this action. Oh, that's good. And then scroll far. It's like, oh, sugar, it's time to go do school run. And then the same day, the next day, the whole thing starts all over again. One school run is here, my son is back from home. Oh, swimming, maybe sea cadet or whatever. But it's 7, 8 o'clock at night. What have you done? Nada. And it's not because you don't want to do something. Because anxiety will always help you to push that thing. It's almost like kicking the can down the road, right? But it's not, call it procrastination. Hello, Yamai. How are you, my friend? I call it protection. Why? Your body is literally protecting you from the actions is not used to you taking. That's it. So you think, oh my God, it's procrastination. You need to do more. You need to believe in yourself more. You need more motivation. No, you got to understand what is going on behind the covers, because procrastination is just like a band-aid we're slapping on it. And that's why it doesn't work. That is why you do the affirmation, you do your 7 a.m. get up club or wake up meditation, you sit down on your meditation spot for an hour, and you're supposed to get you all chilled out. And it's all temporary relief because you're not addressing what's underneath the covers. Because your nervous system will not take action when it's dysregulated. It's not happening. You cannot mindset your way. You cannot affirm your way. You can't. Until you regulate your nervous system, you're going nowhere. That is, you have the boom. You're like, you're going to hit a wall. Boom. Crash, bang, wall up. Oh, yeah. Burnout. That's because you think you can brute force your way through your nervous system. Hell no. It doesn't happen. And that's when anxiety leads to depression. And then before you know, you're on tranquilizers. But if you have a conversation with me, it will spare you all that. Literally, it's understanding your nervous system is not going to allow you to take action. It's going to be regulated first. If it's not regulated, no amount of action, no amount of whatever you're doing. Because all that stuff is just prefrontal cortex work, is mind work. It's mindset work. There's nothing wrong with your mindset. Your mindset is good. But your body, this amazing being we have needs regulation. It needs to be regulated. And that's why sometimes your anxiety looks at procrastination, but I call it protection. It's protecting you from yourself. Because your body is designed for survival. First and foremost, not for success, not to run 100 miles, not to do things. And that's where the word comfort zone comes in. That's your protection. That's your space. So you need to tell your body nicely and kindly that this action I'm going to take is okay. But you can try and force your way through it, but you can only do that for so long. And that's why people say, oh my God, they were doing so well. Oh, what happened? Oh, after they burn out. But they were doing so well. I saw them last week. I saw them 2 weeks ago. I saw them on their live, That they were literally trying to shoehorn and force their way through a dysregulated nervous system. And the body just says, hey, we always win. Always. I don't care who you are. It's not to do with your $1 billion status or your $1 million status or your zero. It rarely advances. Your body will always win because it's I am running the show. Not your mindset, not your affirmations, because all those things have got their place and they all work. Every single one of them work. And that's what you do when you think, oh, I'm procrastinating. You're not procrastinating. Your body is in protection mode. So I want you guys from today onwards to go, I'm not procrastinating. I'm in protection mode. But always know what the difference is. When your body is good and you're not taking action, then that's a whole different conversation, right? But when your body is dysregulated, only you know your body. Only you know what is good, when it's regulated, when it's happy, and when it's unhappy, right? And that's the heavy weight of doubt. Oh yeah, I am not ready. I'm not good enough. And these are the thoughts that keep you up at 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock. Sometimes you don't get any sleep because it just keeps churning and churning. What if I wasted all my family's savings? Oh God, everybody down. God, I haven't told Hobby I haven't made any money. I hope he doesn't ask me about this business I hope he doesn't ask. And these are the things that keep, how am I going to make this work? If that is you, drop me one in the comment, my friend. Louis, now interact with me, my friend. And if you're on YouTube, interact. Because the thing about all this is, I'm not saying anything that is new. I'm just bringing it out in the open. Let's be honest, there's nothing I'm saying here today that is new to you. If you're like being what you call them high achiever or a successful person, like you're a 6-figure income earner, whatever, and you have tried or you run a business, these are the things we all have. Whether you're a top class athlete or it doesn't matter what you are doing. These are conversations we all had in our head. Literally. These are the conversations we always have. Oh, I'm not ready. I think I need more skills. Okay, maybe if I pay for that Hamosi course. And you have a strategy session. Maybe I should go and join that. Oh, maybe I should. Oh, no, maybe I should join this. My friends, you don't need any more training. You are qualified because if you were not, you wouldn't have stepped out of your comfort zone to start a business. Nobody does that. But then, as I said, those gremlins start to do their job. And sometimes when they start, oh my God, those gremlins, when they start, they are on steroids because you don't need any more courses, you don't need any more training. Your client doesn't need you to be 10,000 steps ahead of them. Or they need to be a couple of steps ahead of them so they can still relate to you and you can relate to them. That's what makes you more relatable to your clients. You don't need to be 10,000 steps. So stop trying to go and buy a course, buy a program, do this, do that. Understand the root cause of your anxiety and now learn the skill to resist that and start to take action. That's it. Everything comes from that because then you got certainty, you got clarity, and you start taking action. And then you get the results you want. That's it. I'm not saying anything new, am I? Let's be honest. I'm not saying anything that is, oh my God, I'm just saying what those things that we're all thinking about, that nobody is talking about. Let's have those conversations. Let's not attach shame and guilt to it. Have those conversations so you two can start to move on. You can start to live that life you want. That's what I'm all about. I want you, every single one of you, to live that life you want. You started a business for a particular reason because you got a skill, a joy, a service that you want to get. You want to live your purpose. And you know for a fact, people out there that need what you have got. But they can't see what you've got at the moment because it's all hidden. You're not out there. Even if you're out there, you're not out there enough for them to know, see you, like you, and then buy your product or your service because you're wrapped in this anxiety bubble, self-doubt, self-loathing bubble. I'm not enough. I'm not good enough. I'm going to be a failure. No, you're not going to fail. You are not going to fail. You only fail if you literally quit. But if you're prepared to get to the root cause of your anxiety, you will succeed. That's what I'm here to help you do that. I want you to succeed. Why? Because if you succeed, I will get your product. Without you, it doesn't matter what it is. If I need it, at least I can find you. But I can't find you if I can't see you, if I don't even know you exist. And there are thousands of people out there, millions of people out there that need your product. Why you're writing a book, a food truck, your piano teaching, whatever, physiotherapy, psychotherapy, coaching, mentoring, team building, whatever, cake making, whatever skill you've got, you have got a unique way of delivering it. You've got a unique way of interacting with your audience. You've got a unique way of showing it to us. And you've got a unique way of presenting it. That's what everybody is looking for, is your uniqueness, your you. We're looking for your you. Bring your you-ness to the table. Show it to us. Don't let anxiety kill your business dreams. And that's why I wrote my free guide, How Anxiety Kills Your Business Dreams and How to Fix It. If you go into my bio, put your email address, download it and read it. And you can book yourself a 60-minute free call with me. In that call, you get to the root of your anxiety and you get yourself a roadmap. And then you can start to implement and start to move forward. If you say, okay, I want to work with you, Nneka, fine. If you don't want to work with me, that's also okay. But at least I want you to get moving. Get started, because there are people out there that need what you have. The world needs your gift. And that's why you've got it. So you are enough and you are ready. You heard me? I'm saying it to you. You are enough and you are ready. You are. And these are the silent chain reaction that happens. So your thoughts create your feelings creates your action, and your action creates your results. That's it. Oh, what if I fail? And then the feeling becomes, I'm breathe. And the action is that email. Okay, let me just delete that email. Let's just pause on that email for now. And then what's the result? Nothing happens. You don't make any money in your business. Sometimes you even lose money in your business. Or it could be, oh, I'm not good enough. And what do you do? When you say you're not good enough, what happens? Inaction. You could break out in hives. You could end up with a migraine, or some call it migraine, some call it a migraine, potato, whatever. Yeah? Action. There's no action. When you're not enough, what do? You just shrivel. What happens? What's the result of that? Nothing. You don't make any money in your business. Because every thought has a feeling, every feeling has an action, every action is a result. I'm brave. What do? You feel good. You go out there, the action is like, I'm going to send that email. Oh yeah, results, you get a response back. And that's a conversation. And that might lead to a lead and a sale. Boom. You made money in your business. I am worthy. I have value. I've got something to offer. Not from a point of arrogance, but from a point of knowing that you have got something to offer. You're not being egotistical. You have got something really to offer because that's why you got a business. That's why you're out there. Because you got something to offer, you got something to share, right? So every thought has a feeling, every feeling has an action, has a result. That's it. But it's when you understand all this, the chain, as I put this, the silent chain reaction, when you understand it, that when you look back, it's like, oh my God, okay, oh, I've achieved something this week. Okay, my to-do list, I knocked off, that email was sent, I reached out to that client, I sent that business case, I did that quote. It doesn't have to be things massive. It's just little action, baby step action that you're taking every day to drive your business forward. Oh, I created a piece of content. I created a newsletter. Oh, I went live. I went on that podcast I got invited to. Well, I even actually reached out to other people to say, if you can invite me to our podcast, because why? It's visibility. And the result, you got invited, people got to know you, people got into your orbit, and then you can now give them daily doses of you. That's what it's all about, my friend. That's why the silent chain reaction is so good to know. Your thoughts always leads to a feeling, your feeling leads to an action, action leads to results. That's it. No magic formula, no, seriously, that is it. And if you cannot understand that, and then you every day, every night, you say to yourself, oh, what are my wins today? What did I do today I can be proud of? And so it doesn't matter how small it is. You send an email, yes, that's a win. Content, yes, that's a win. You reached out to a potential lead, that's a win. You did your business case, you're writing a book, you wrote a couple of 100 words, that's a win. Everything you do that leads you to your goal, no matter how small, I call them baby steps. They are all wins. Celebrate those wins because they compound over time. That's what gives you what? The momentum to do more, to take more action. But if you're always looking at what did not work, if you're always looking at what did not work, what's going to happen? That's not going to inspire you to take action. Oh, I didn't do that. Oh, God. Yeah. But if you look at, I did this yesterday. So, and then each one more baby step results. And before you know, you're making money, and you're making consistent money. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, then you get leads and you're having those conversations, you're increasing your visibility, people are knowing you, they're seeing your product, they're seeing your service, they're liking you, they're in your space. So people think, oh my God, you don't need to have thousands and thousands of people. If 1,000 people pay you $3 every day, you're a millionaire. 300, that is 1,000 people paying you $3 every day, you're a millionaire in dollars. They pay to you in pounds, you're a millionaire in pounds. That's what you need, 1,000. In the world of what? 8-point-something billion people. Okay, let's keep the children and the oldies. Let's just call it 5 billion people. That's what you need. You don't need an avalanche of people to make money in your business. You got to be out there. You got to be out there so that they know you, they see you, they like you, to grow that know, like, and trust factor. Yeah? And that's what it's all about, my friends. It's baby steps, baby actions. There's no quantum something. There's no huge things you do. Everything we do compounds over time. Is this making any sense to anybody? Louis, is this making sense to you, my friend? Is this making sense to you? All you guys look on YouTube, is this making any sense? Drop me a one in the comments. And if you've got any questions, just drop it down. You don't have to wait to the end to have the questions. Oh, let me see. Oh, there's chat. Oh, there's chat. I'm gonna. Okay, thanks, Louis. Oh, imposter syndrome. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, yeah. That's a big one that affects everybody. Sorry, I've been looking at the chat, actually. I get so excited. Imposter syndrome is a thing. And imposter syndrome is one of those things that because we don't think we're worthy and not enough. So you think you're an imposter because you don't believe you're worthy of the space you're standing in. You don't believe you're worthy of how much your service is worth. And a lot of people, I used to do that in the past. Oh, yeah, I think if I charge them 50 quid, they will stay with me for longer. But when I learned to charge what I was worth, you know what happens when you charge big money? No, I don't mean big money because you're being arrogant. Charging what you are worth. You get rid of all those people that drain your energy. If you're in business, there's some people that literally drain your energy in business. It's not because they're bad, just that's just the way they are. As someone said, when people pay, they pay attention. So you have all these freebies because I just want to get people into my space. I used to think that was a good thing. Until my mentor said to me, that's actually draining your energy. It's not inspiring you, number one. Number two, they're draining your energy. And number three, they are not going to give you those things you're looking for. Charge something. And if they leave, let them leave. You will always attract those people that want to pay for your service. I'm like, oh, it's a freebie. It's a freebie, works to a certain point. But after a while, it becomes an energy drain. I'm like, oh. And that's, I see, and it comes from that imposter syndrome. If I don't charge, then they're gonna like me, they're gonna stay with me. But if they're not willing to pay for your service, and year in, year out in your space, and you're doing these things for free, after what you just say to yourself, what am I doing it for again? It's like giving people a free haircut all the time as a barber. And you know you're good. But if you stop doing that and one or two people come in and do you know how much your self-worth goes up by? Literally, exactly, it jumps. Your self-worth will go up. So don't think as a business owner, you have to do everything for free. Yeah, we'll do free stuff. Do your charity or NGO stuff for free. But don't undermine your own self because you're trying to hang on to some clients. If you literally start charging, the ones that we send, the ones that we go, and you attract new ones. Why? Because the ones that are paying, you can see the value that you're getting, and their word of mouth spreads. Literally, word of mouth spreads, and then you got customers. So the ones that are left are not being replaced by the ones that are paying. And the ones that are paying are what? Oh, my battery is 20%, that's fine. The ones that pay will pay. And that's it. So yeah, that was imposter syndrome, because that was, Louis just mentioned that, and I just talk about that quickly. So is this fear or fact? Fear disguises itself as skill problem. As I said to you guys, you cannot start a business if you have no skills. Literally, come on. You are saying, I want to open a restaurant. You haven't got any recipes to even to make for your. Come on. So, and that's the thing. That's what anxiety does to you. Anxiety will tell you you need more skills. Oh, it's not a perfect time. The sun hasn't set in the right era. The jobs are not lined up or whatever. There's not a perfect time to do anything. The perfect time is now, as they say. Yeah, go there, see a podcast, groups, whatever. Offer your service so people know what you're doing. Yeah, don't allow the fear to paralyze you into no action, because you got value. I promise you. You got value. I promise you, you have got an amazing skill. You got a service that people want, and that's why the good Lord. I know sometimes you don't want to be really. See, I'm a believer that there is no way an idea will pop in your head. Whether it comes from God, whatever you call that being that is make things happen, that gives you an idea in your head. There's no way that idea, whoever gave you that idea, what that being, that light that gave you that idea will not give you how you're going to achieve it. But because we got the idea, we're like, oh my God, I got this idea. And then we don't trust the rest of the process. Okay, I got the idea. I'm not good enough. It's like saying, it's like those people that got amazing talents and they don't use it. So I personally think it's a crime. But maybe it's just me. Because I'm a believer that there's no way that the good Lord will give you a skill and will not help you to support you and trust in that you can make a living from that. If you literally trust it and do and follow. Whether it's music, whether it's teaching kids how to play the music or how to play an instrument, there's so many ways you can express your gift. Literally, there's so many ways. Sometimes we get all tunnel vision on one direction. But if you look at one and say, okay, I've got this amazing skill. How else can I use this skill? Since I was a kid, I've always managed to talk to adults to help them navigate their problem. It's always something I've always been good at. And that's why I do what I do. For me, this is not, it doesn't even feel like work. It's like, I was in the swimming pool about a couple of weeks ago, and I was just doing my thing, and I was having this conversation with this lady. And afterwards, she said, are you a coach? I'm like, yeah. He said, oh my God. He said, you just talk like one. You sound like one. I'm like, I said, do I? Because the way you were asking and analyzing my answers and stuff, I'm like, I didn't know. I was just being me. I was just having a conversation. But she said, the way you were asking me questions and the way you look at my answers and the way you were not allowing me to get away with stuff, I'm like, oh, but that's just the way I am. Like my 12-year-old, I do that with him all the time. I do that with me as well. Not because I just want everybody to tap into that potential they've got. So you can live, you want a business for a reason. You started this business for a reason, right? Whatever that reason is, why don't you make it happen? Don't let anxiety stop you from living that business, that dream you want, because that would just be a shame. And I'm here to help you. And literally, and I just want everybody to do that. Because if you're living the life you want, you have more time for all this he said, she said. You haven't got time because you're busy living your life. So he said all those little things that people, those noise, like not interested. Because they're busy, because they're mixing with people that are actually doing the same thing. And what happens? Your orbit, the people around you changes. You start to attract amazing. You start to go into masterminds and people that are going places with their life and doing things with their life. And that's what you start to do. It doesn't make you an adult. It just makes you a person who has got a vision. And then because you're executing and you're living and you can see your fruit of your labor coming, it just gives you a bounce in your steps. It gives you, your children can see that. Oh, that dad is doing that. And so when you're telling them, you just do what you want to do in your life, they say, oh yeah, because dad is doing the same, mom is doing the same. Yeah, uncle, oh, your uncle is doing the same, grandma is doing the same. And that's what it's all about. Be that role model for your children. Be that possibilities for them. Be the possibility. We don't let them go out there looking at someone else. They know how you started. They know what is involved. And you just let them know what is possible. And all it takes is for you to just understand what is going on beneath the covers. Understand what is going on. As I said, your nervous system needs proof you are safe. So as I said, you guys, you know my life already. You're not lazy. Your body is in protection mode. No procrastination is in protection mode. And it should always keep you safe. That's his number one job. But action will stop up your fears. But you're taking action from a place of awareness, from a place of knowing, from a place of understanding what is causing all the friction. So that's where the action is coming from, not from brute force. Action from awareness is a whole different action from brute force. Action from brute force, I call it desperation. But when you take action from awareness, there's a kindness to it. There's an understanding to it. There's an appreciation to it. It's not brute force. It's not like, yeah, let's go. Send that email. Send the post. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be. There's a 80-20 rule. 20% of your business, of your action, generates your 80% of your income. But you got to figure out that 80%, that 20, that gives you that 80% of the lifestyle you want. It's 80-20. So it's not everything that you do in your business is going to be making you money. That's like that, and that's just a given. But find out those 20 and hone in on that. Be so good with them. Until you're good with them, and then you start making money. Then you got a virtual assistant and other exciting stuff. But in the meantime, you have to do everything yourself. Just focus on those things like what I call income generating activities. That's it. And just keep your head down and just do them from a place of awareness, from a place of understanding, compassion, love, and enjoy, and just get that joy of doing what you want to do. Do it with a smile and celebrate your wins. Celebrate your wins. It's so important you celebrate your wins, no matter how small, because that's what keeps you going. It keeps me going. Like today, I'm celebrating this. Look at today, I'm on TikTok, on YouTube, I'm on Zoom. I'm like, yes, for me, that's a win. Never done it before. And will I do it again? Absolutely. Why? Because for one piece of content, I've got content on YouTube, content on TikTok, and I can now take this into my Descript or into CapCut and chop it into little bits that can give me other piece of content. So for the next couple of days, all you probably get is this content. Why? Because leveraging. It's leveraging. So it's learning all the skills that can help you leverage so you're not always spinning. And so you can also go and enjoy life. You don't want to spend your entire day working. You're going to enjoy the life. That's why you left. That's why you left your 9-to-5 job, or you're doing this as a, okay, I'm going to start this business, and then hopefully it's making me enough money to quit my 9-to-5 job. Either way, the idea is to enjoy it. Find the fun, find the enjoyment, and then just celebrate your wins. As I said, taking an action gives you that result. Action always leads to results. Whether it's good action or bad action, you decide. Or the result, when the result shows up, yay, right? So let's talk. Yeah, and that is it. Today, the talk is why I call it the silent conversation. It's because it's silent. It's that thing we're having now. Is that those conversations, or as I call it, the baseball bats we give ourselves all the time. It's just talking about them. Getting out there in the opens. So knowing that you're not a freak, you're not a failure, you're not lazy, you're not demotivated, you're not undisciplined. You just got an unregulated nervous system that needs regulation so you can start to take action. That's it. And that knowing that you are not alone. thousands of people, millions of people across the world go through the same thing. They don't talk about it. I am here to shed light on it, that those noise is what's killing your business. You're not broken. You have never ever been broken. There's nothing wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. Everything is right with you. You're in the, and if you come into my orbit, you have a safe space. You can just not dissect it so you can start to move on and start to live that life you want. That's why I do in my space. That's why I do in my coaching practice. That's why I do in my community. It gives you a safe space to do that. And that's what I love about it. Because I'm a believer that you should have a space to come have a conversation, period. Whether you're a man, woman, whatever, it doesn't matter. Do you want a space to hang out and share ideas with people like you, business owners like you, or top income earners are actually thinking, okay, you know what? I think it's about my step out and just go do that thing I want to do. Because everybody has got a business idea. Whether it's a hobby that you think, you know what, I want to do that, or it's a passion or whatever, evoke or something, share it. It could make you your next million. Who knows? It could be that ticket, that passport, that visa you're looking for that will go give you that lifestyle you're looking for. But whatever it is, I promise you, there are people out there that need. They're waiting for you to come and I say, yeah, I'm here. And they're like, yes, where have you been all this time? Where have you been? Because there are people waiting for you, my friends. So don't think, oh, then nobody wants what I've got. Oh my God, no. Somebody does. It doesn't matter if it's a yacht building business or whatever, or you know what? It doesn't matter what it is. It just don't matter what it is. So to finish, moving forward requires one small act. Not a massive launch, not a perfect plan, just 2 minutes of courage. Literally. So my question to you becomes, what conversation are you willing to leave behind this time next week? I'm not good enough. I'm a failure. Oh, I haven't got the confidence. I haven't got the time. Or what if it doesn't succeed? That's my question to you. And before you know it, it gets lighter and lighter. And that's the way you can hold your head high and there's no weight. Why? Because you're shedding all the stuff that doesn't belong to you. So what rock are you prepared to lay down today and say, for this time next week, I want to lay that piece of rock down? Drop in the comment, my friends. So my friends, I will leave you and I love you and leave you. As I said, go onto my bio, download, get yourself my free guide, put your email address, check your just promotional or spam folder. And thank you for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it. And I'll see you tomorrow on my normal life. Thanks, everyone, and have a fantastic evening. Louis, have a good evening, my friend, and I'll see you later. Have a good evening, my friends, and God bless.